In your opinion, from what you see, where is the game going with all the changes? And where does it need to go? And where does it not need to go?
Well, I think more than anything, Ed, the games need to get quicker. I think that's the biggest problem baseball has. You have these games just creeping up in time. 3 hours, 3 hours and 10 minutes. Now postseason games easily last more than 4 hours, and it's just too darn long. And I think the first best step to take there is to introduce the pitch clock. I think a lot of the pitchers have now grown up with it in the minor leagues. And it's a big deal, Ed. I mean, if you watch a game from the 60s or 70s or 80s, you just see how much faster the games go because pitchers aren't doing their thing after every pitch, and the hitters aren't stepping out of the box. So, we need a more jurisdiction over the hitters as well. But if we can get just every pitch going quicker, every at bat, I think that's more than half the problem right there.
What's the other half of it, right? And because again, we have, and I mentioned, I hate the shift. Quite frankly, I think it's an abomination. But then again, I'm old, so I guess that's just me. I also don't want to see instant replay making all the calls at all the bases, and I'm still kind of. You want to make the bases bigger? Really? That one kind of caught me a little bit. I went, why? So outside of that, let's say yes, you're right. Game's got to get faster, and the pitch clock's a great way. But what else do they need to do, and what else don't they need to do that they're thinking about, in your opinion?
Well, I think so. To go over your points, yeah, I also have the shift as an endangered species, which I am in complete disagreement with you, Ed.
All right.
I love the shift. I mean, they use a shift against Ted Williams. What did you do when they shifted against Ted Williams? Did you hate it then?
Well, I wasn't alive, but that was one of those things which is nice. Thanks for making me a lot older than I am, Ken.
I knew it. I knew what I was doing.
No, but I mean, you had a situational shift at that point where it happened, but now it is all the time.
And these aren't. They're all situational shifts.
I don't think so. I think what they've done is the hitters themselves aren't smart enough to go the other way. If the hitters started going the other way and started learning how to handle a bat a little bit better, and we dropped a bunt every now and then instead of all swinging for the fences, I think we'd junk that shift in no time.
All right. So then why do we need to ban the shift? Why don't we just teach the hitters how to bunt?
Because the hitters won't bunt. The hitters won't. They all want to swing for the fences because that's where the money is. That's where the highlights are. That's where the real. That's where the excitement is, I think. And that also helps.
Yeah.
You and I both know that if you go down to 3-2 counts and foul, that's going to help lengthen the game. You make it a little bit faster, get everybody swinging for the fences, give them the shift, boom, they know where they're going. They don't take the time to do a lot of this. I don't know. To me, it's a skills issue, I guess, Ken, more than anything else.
How is it a skills issue?
I think the players are not as skilled at certain things like the bunt, like the drag bunt, like hitting the other way. I don't see a lot of guys doing that anymore.
Okay, but where that comes from, Ed, is from a lot of people, a lot of smart people thinking about what is the best way to win a baseball game. If you read Moneyball,
which I did,
saw like Art Howe got scolded for bunting, got in trouble for bunting because the odds don't favor it. It just that's part of the problem. It's I forget who said it. I think it was Chris Moore on WFAN a few years ago. Said there's competition and then there's entertainment, right? So right. I respect the way the game has evolved as a competition. I respect the idea that people have put a lot of thought into this and said, all right, well, bunting is stupid. It doesn't help you win ball games. Now, bunting is entertaining. I love a good bunt. Who doesn't? So that's where I think a lot of this problem comes in, right? Because the competition and the entertainment have diverged in a way they used to
yes,
not.
Exactly.
So that's what baseball has to kind of reckon with. And I think, banning the shift would certainly help that, even though I think it's preposterous, but I think it's likely to happen. Bigger bases, that's just to create more action. That's to help more people, encourage more people to steal bases, to make the math more favorable to steal those bases, to encourage people to bunt, because if the base is bigger, then you can, the odds have now increased of bunting for a hit. So I like the bigger bases. I like the pitch clock. I don't like banning the shifts, but I think that's what baseball has to come to terms with is just how much do we have to change what's been going on because the changes that occurred organically are not entertaining.